Hi everyone, how are you? This video is going to be a great one. I have a really special guest. His name is Simba, and we're going to answer a question I get pretty often, and that is people who want to open a pet store. So I thought, why not have a pet in the video? Hopefully he will sit here and not break anything the whole video. Let's see. Stay, Simba, stay. So there are a couple of things about opening a pet store. Number one, it's going to require some substantial capital, because you will need to get a lease and have employees and have inventory, stuff like that. I'll get into it in a little bit. The other thing is that whereas in the past, where you could have gotten kind of revenue from recurring sales of pet food and stuff like that, most people don't want to carry the pet food from your store to their home, and they just order the pet food online. So there's an issue of you're facing a trend of decreasing sales, right? And you're losing those sales to the online stores, like, and there's a million pet stores, online pet food stores, right? So let's talk about these issues. So the number one thing is, how do you know how much money to come up with for the store, and how do you come up with that money? So if you've seen my other videos before, they weren't as good because they didn't have a cat in them. So this is like a business cat video. Anyway, what you gotta do is do something like, it's called a cash flow statement, and it's basically just a fancy name for a glorified, like just an itemized list of all your expenses. And there's going to be expenses that you're going to incur before you open the store, like buying the inventory, legal fees, whatever, like a lot, getting the lease, getting licenses. And then there's going to be expenses that you're going to incur after you open the store. Refilling your inventory, employee salary, utility bills, things like that. So, and also when you open your store, you're not just going to have expenses, you're going to have income coming in, right? You're going to have sales. And so what's going to be important, stay Simba for the whole video, come on. Look, he's cute. Maybe you can face over there. So anyway, so what's going to be really important, okay, bye Simba, get out of here, is for you to figure out how much money you will need, right? You will need to open your store for about, usually you want to give yourself at least like 12 months to maybe 18 months of runway, and you really need to figure out which items are going to sell, because the sales environment for a store is kind of changing, as I mentioned earlier. Like, the online sales are, you're losing your sales to the online world, right? Because people just don't want to buy like heavy bags of dog food, cat litter, they just want to get it delivered. So you're gonna have to figure out how your store can sustain itself and what is going to sell. And that's the research you're gonna have to do, because cat toys, dog toys, they sell like a little bit, like once in a while, but there's not that gigantic, tremendous, juicy revenue that you would get from recurring sales of food. Because recurring sales of food, they're amazing because the pets need to eat every day. And if a pet lives for like 15 years and the owner has you as where they buy the food, then it's like you get a customer for 15 years and like every week, right? So it's like, that's amazing. The lifetime value of that customer is gigantic. So what you're gonna have to figure out how to do is how to build that audience, how to build that initial base of people who are buying from your maybe local community, maybe in the local area. So maybe doing something before you start a business, right? Maybe building a community around, maybe doing events, so doing something so that people know you, and maybe having also a local delivery service where like you can have, do something unique. Like maybe you actually would deliver the food to people's homes or something like that in your local area. If you can figure that, then you can retain those customers for a long time, and then it can work. But you've got to figure out what you're going to be able to sell, and not after you open the store, but before. right? Because after it's too late, because if you figure out that like, no, it's not possible to really sell stuff, I mean, at a good volume, at a good price, I mean, you're gonna be stuck with the store that doesn't sell, right? So you're gonna have to figure out what you're gonna be able to sell, and part of that is research the space, understanding your local area, and things like that. And of course, you gotta understand what currently sells well, and figure out how to create that strategy so that you can sell it, right? So you don't lose sales to the online world. So that's what I really encourage you guys to think about, is how to get those recurring sales happening and not losing them to the online world, and of course how to raise the money. And you can raise the money, I mean, it's never easy to raise money. You can do, if you do start early, you can raise money by literally sales, right? If you start exploring some revenue streams even before you open the store, that can be part of, if you maybe have some creative things like events, like some things for pets, you can raise money from those events. You can, by charging people or whatever, and also you can get donations. I mean, you can maybe get loans, whatever. Like all together, you can kind of scrape up the money to get started. So hopefully that helps. Hopefully that sort of gives some ideas of what to do and how to go about starting this kind of a business. So thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe to my channel, and of course, if you are looking to start this kind of a business, I created mobile apps which help people plan and start their businesses. They cover business ideas, business planning, marketing your business, and raising money for your business. And they're available on problemio.com, or if you search for Problemio in any of the app stores, Android, iOS, Kindle, and the Nook. And they're quite helpful mobile apps for starting a business. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.